Cheers to episode 133.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You guys are both drinking. Drinking wine. Oh.
We're in the same building.
Yeah, Grant's glass is nicer than yours.
Whoa, I thought mine was grungier. That's why I went for it.
Thank you.
No.
Evan's
All
got
right,
that.
can I open my fortune cookie now, Grant?
Icy
I got
Yeti
ice
water.
water. You don't like ice water, then I don't like
I
you.
didn't have one.
Fortune cookie to start the show.
I didn't have one.
Aw.
That's bad. I think that means.
It's bad luck.
All right, ready?
Oh, I got a new one.
It matters not what road we take, but rather what we become on the journey. All right.
What's your
we
Chinese
become on the
word?
journey. It's good podcast.
Wait, that's
crunch.
Hey, it's
What's your Chinese word?
What do you mean?
It's on the back.
Yan.
No. Mine's
Y-A-N.
watermelon.
My lucky numbers are 8, 28, 11,
I'll read mine
42,
now.
10, and 43.
This is actually Marissa's. Never does nature say one thing and wisdom another. I'm not sure what that means.
So that means trust nature.
Mike picked that up, Evan. Hot Mike.
Yeah, I know.
You're like
11,
Justin Thomas.
46, 20,
There's a deep drive in the left
25,
field.
40, and 6.
Ooh, 11. We double dipped on 11.
All right. You know what that means. 11 game parlay will hit.
Oh, let's make one up right now. Air Force money line. Okay, we're 1 for 1 to start.
Tonight is Wednesday, my dudes, September 20th, 2023, 7:30 p.m. on the dot. Welcome into the number one sports podcast in the state of Michigan. All that we ask for you listening to this for free is to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a review. I haven't been good about asking for ratings and reviews, but we're getting greedy now. Rate, review, send to a friend, tell them I can't believe this show's for free. We are blessed. And
Hashtag blessed.
we're not blessed because Michigan football stinks, Michigan State football stinks, and Lions football stinks, and all their seasons are over, is what I was told this weekend by Twitter.
Yes.
X.
True.
It's called X.
It's over, right? What's the point of even
It's
doing
true.
these shows?
It's true. Good thing I'm a Texas fan.
Yep. No horns.
Hook 'em.
Wyoming plus 29.5 was the freest cover of the weekend. I told anyone who would listen they are covering that
Hangover. That was a hangover.
I told my lock of the weekend, and that cashed. I didn't tell anybody, but I told everybody that I saw on Friday night. Maryland minus 14.5, lock of the century.
It looked not good in the beginning.
Mike
not look
Locksley,
good.
Mike Lock of the Century.
Correct. That was free.
Is that going to be your lock again this week?
Maryland?
Because Maryland's
Yeah.
a bum program.
Yeah.
It probably will be.
We're going to try something new on this show.
Oh.
We're going to do weekly recaps. That's not new. We're going to structure the show by recaps first and then previews next. So it's going to be more chronological. We'll go through Lions, Michigan State, Michigan recaps of the games we watched, and then preview those same teams. We'll still mix in our NFL big picture thoughts and NCAA big picture thoughts before the recaps of those sports. But that's how it's going to be structured. As in the past, we've done it by team recap and preview.
You didn't.
So, without further ado, this is one I would throw to Alex for his weekly recap. But he's back. All right, Alex, your weekly recap. What happened to you this past week? Are you going to tell the people what's going on in your life?
I think I'll do that next week when
And
I'm in a new
speculation?
location.
The nasty rumors?
Surprise!
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that next week.
But I was busy doing some administrative things.
See,
This week?
this sounds sketchy.
That's what you call what you did Friday and Saturday.
No, I'm not there
Administration.
yet.
Administrative
Friday I did
alcohol.
some non-administrative things. So Friday I went to East Lansing. Evan also went Friday. Went to Jolly Pumpkin for dinner.
Okay,
Just-
word of advice: never get their pizza. Trash.
Their pizza looks like a frozen pizza that you would just whip out in too much cheese, no sauce.
Jack's Pizza.
And the cheese is like all one block. You just can like pull it all off.
They should have called it cheese bread, and I would have accepted it as cheese bread, not as pizza.
Don't know why I haven't got pizza. I didn't. Got a chicken sandwich. It was all right. Overall, I think Jolly Pumpkin's a bit overrated. I don't know really why people like it.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Anyways, did that Friday. Friday night, we just listened to music on the porch and acted like normal people. Didn't do anything crazy. Didn't drink that much or anything. I'm lying. And then then Saturday we tailgated, but I was just gonna wait to talk about that for you guys as well, since you were there. Sunday,
Okay, I like that.
Sunday I did a lot of administrative things, a lot of heavy lifting. Oh, not fun.
2 men in a truck, a son and a father in a truck.
Son and a father in a trailer.
Wow. Bert.
Oh, that's funny. That's just good comedy.
That's not
Pivot.
funny.
Pivot.
All right,
On
yeah,
track.
the couch fit. The couch did fit through that hallway, Grant.
And right when we get back.
It's not gonna be. Your Grant has to cut all that.
I'm gonna leave some of it with some heavy bleeps.
Someone actually this weekend listened to our podcast for the first time and told me
Our
his
future roommate
favorite-
Benji.
his favorite part about the podcast is the bleeps. So
Really?
for him, yeah, it's how much we say beep, beep, beep.
That's crazy because when I've listened to other shows bleep, it drives me insane because it just throws me off. But I guess
This is
it
not the
adds
first
some-
person that has said that to me.
it
It
adds
says
some
like,
comedy
it
effect,
makes
I
it funny.
guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so then Sunday I also saw my grandparents. Helped them move a chair from the living room to the upstairs. Super riveting.
You're a hero.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. And then this week I've been living in Grant's apartment with him and Marissa.
We got
How
a
come?
squatter.
Can't say why, Evan, but administrative stuff.
Renovations.
Administrative leave.
Actually building a mansion. Yes.
Good. Yeah,
That's
you
all
need to
I've
get away from. You need to get away from Glenn's
Oh, I
house.
played golf yesterday too.
How'd it go?
Played at Red Run Country Club.
On company
Me-
time too.
Found out.
Didn't find that out.
That should
Probably
stay
have to
on
bleep
podcast.
that. Had a weird round to say the least. Really weird round.
Wait, Evan,
I
guess
would too.
his front nine score and guess his back nine score. You will not be able to get close. Maybe he
Front
will because I
nine.
hammed it up.
Front nine, 28.
Wow.
Back
Confident.
nine, 47.
I shot a 51 on the front nine
Oh.
and a 35 on the back nine.
You had the right idea, Evan. You had the right idea.
It's the wrong way.
Finished strong.
A 28, Evan? God
I-
damn.
Thought I
Playing
went
in
8
front of
under.
his bosses, and they're like, hey.
We tipped it out. So it was something. Clearly I was pretty nervous on the front nine.
I guess so.
Figured it out. We were doing a match, best ball, team 2-man against 2-man. So I guess 4-man best ball. I don't know.
So you were not helping out.
I did nothing on the front, but I made
Shambler bust.
3 big birdies.
Shambler bus. Shambler bus.
3 big birdies on the back nine, down 3 to get the match to all square going into the final hole, and we ended up pushing.
Did you fist pump anything yesterday in front of your boss?
I walked 2 long birdie putts in, but I did not fist pump.
Wow.
But I walked him in, and then everyone was like, "Oh my god, he walked him in!" So that was cool.
I thought you kind of quit doing that because it's backfired a lot for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I hit these putts, and I felt that good about them.
You're addicted to walking putts.
I mean, they were dead center. Like there was no way to
you are.
miss.
You're addicted to
So
it.
Yeah,
all
it's
I'm
fun.
hearing is they're easier greens.
Lightning fast, which I personally putt great on fast greens and really
Lightning
bad on
queen.
slow greens. So I putted really well.
I do say that about you. He likes a fast stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Now we're
Evan?
here.
Yeah, Evan, your recap outside of the tailgate, because that'll be a group collective.
Side of the tailgate. Oh, last week, nothing really big. Friday, I was up in East Lansing with Alex and the boys. Great time, funny time, almost too funny at times. Saturday, tailgate. Started my new tradition, wake up early and go get some Leo's breakfast. Has not disappointed since. And then tailgate time Saturday, game, bars afterwards. You were there. Sunday, NFL football. And then
I
this
did
week,
not get to do the whole red zone ticket thing this weekend, and let me tell you, I was bummed out
Because you were filming,
Well,
yeah.
it was unfortunate because we didn't
Grant.
get to do the red zone thing because we had two games going on, Lions and Packers game.
How selfish of Connor.
I know. Happy birthday, Connor. When he's listening
Connor
to this,
actually
it's
asked
gonna be
me
his birthday.
multiple times if he could be on this podcast, and
Yes, he wants to be on the podcast next week when the Packers are playing.
he wants to be on.
okay.
We're not a preview show. He can be an after the game show.
Oh, hey.
I know multiple people, maybe one or
Hey,
two,
I'll
asked about
send it
being
to
on this
my
week's
boss.
show, but I was pretty drunk on Saturday, so things were just
Honestly,
going in and
I
out of my
forgot.
head.
Someone did beg to be on the show this week, and I cannot remember who it was.
I wouldn't say beg, but I remember a few people being like have me back on. I was like, yeah, I need to. I like having our friends on. I just
No,
really
someone
forgot.
really, really wanted to be on it this week, and I cannot remember who it was. But like they were adamant they needed to be on it.
And they're probably Arthur fisting right now.
They said it in the Riviera Cafe multiple times. Don't know who that.
And then Monday, travel down, road game, first road game of the year, first game of the year for middle school football. Happened 2 days ago. Season kicked off and started 0-2. 0-1 for both teams. Played all right at times, played bad at times. Alex, what was the overall record you gave me? What was I had to finish over under?
No, we just
What'd you
gave
say?
you the Brian Ferentz. You have to score an average of like 21 points per game.
I thought you were going 500, Evan.
500 for both. Hey,
I just want you to
chance.
score points to keep your job.
Yeah. Yeah. So first game, always gonna learn from your first game. Mistakes were made. A lot of mistakes were made in one of the games, but we'll bounce back. First home game is in 6 days on Tuesday.
Expecting a big crowd?
Yeah, actually. Yes.
I don't know why
Family in
the way you said
attendance?
that.
I mean, actually, because there's like 70 some kids, plus there's like 60 cheerleaders.
You have 60 cheerleaders.
Yeah, I think there's like 30 on both.
Wow.
That's a
The
lot.
band.
Mercy, did you
There's like
cheerlead?
40. There's like 40 cheerleaders or something like that.
Brass
There's a lot of
section?
cheerleaders.
The most expensive of middle school tickets ever been.
Yes. Get them while they're hot.
$5.
Dion effect.
Get them
This
while they're
one's
hot.
$5, 25
Evan hates
cents.
Dion though. I do remember that from the weekend. He hates Dion.
He doesn't hate Dion. That's not true.
He was flipping off the projector of the Colorado
Yeah,
game. He didn't do
Evan likes
anything
to-
well.
Evan likes to just
I'm just sitting there just like
Yeah.
this. Well,
Yeah.
everybody's watching us because the game is
Yes.
up behind us. Oh, that's classic.
Evan just wanted to draw attention to himself.
Yeah, like I always do. That was about it. And then today,
Evan, this weekend you did want to draw some attention to yourself, if I remember correctly,
no, I couldn't breathe.
in the Riviera Cafe. Not everyone was standing on their chairs dancing.
Oh, sorry, I like to have a good time.
I loved Evan at the Riviera Cafe.
It was a top moment.
It was a ball.
Sorry, I was having a
Anyways.
good time.
Don't
That's about
apologize for a good time.
That's about it because
When couldn't you
Saturday-
breathe?
Friday
I'm not really
night,
sure what that was in reference to.
I could not breathe Friday night.
I made Evan laugh.
I couldn't breathe,
I
and then
can't
Connor
repeat the
made me
jokes,
laugh.
but
Connor made me laugh, and I couldn't breathe again. Like I just had to get up and walk away,
he
blocks
walked
away
like
from
half
the
a
house.
mile away from us because he was
Alex,
laughing
I
so
walked
hard.
all the way down past the
We were
past
tracking you.
the frat.
Yeah, we were
That's how
tracking.
far I
you.
had to because I could hear your voice echoing. I had to get away. I had to get away. So that's about my weekly recap.
Well, I thought you had some anger stuff. Did you want to get that out?
No,
Do you want to like yell at mechanics?
I mean, just how terrible this dealership that I bought my vehicle is. How they don't know how to communicate and they don't know how to do anything in a professional manner.
Is it at Yark Auto in Toledo?
No,
Seems like a
it's
problem.
at Subaru of Ann Arbor on Jackson Road, just off of Wagner. If you want to leave them a terrible review on Google, please do.
Let's take them down.
Have
Please
you
do.
written a strongly worded one yet?
Yes. Not yet, but I have it typed up. I'm going to send it as soon as I get my Jeep back because I don't want to write it before I get my Jeep back.
Smart. I didn't know you were such a Google review guy.
Yeah, why not? Because then if I get like a bunch of like 30 other random people to give them 1 stars and write a terrible review, it's got to hit them. It's got to hit them where it hurts.
You can get sued for that.
No, you can't.
I heard.
Well, I actually had a terrible experience.
You did, but if you get a bunch of other people to just randomly do it, you can get sued for that.
And what would that crime be called, Alex?
Slander, defamation.
It sounds like fancy words. I don't think those are right, though.
Well, what if I write 3 different reviews on all my emails that I have?
I watch Suits, dude. I know how it works.
I'm a journalism major. I didn't do anything outside the tailgate.
That's Chris Solari.
I really didn't do anything outside the tailgate. I went to Horrocks on Sunday. Nice grocery store.
Did you tell the people what happened when you
went
drank?
where?
Horrocks.
Horrocks?
Evan, you've been there. I'm pretty sure.
No, I haven't.
You've never
even
been to
heard of
Horrocks.
Can you spell it for me?
HORROCKS.
It's a huge grocery store in Lansing, Michigan. It's like a mecca of groceries. It's
like a beer garden, don't they?
They have a beer garden. They have a pizza
Farm
oven.
Market.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have
Lansing, Michigan. Alex,
like
you think I've been here before? I've never even heard of this place.
I have. Grant has. Marissa has. Figured you might have.
Alex, I'm a lonely person. Who did I have to go there with?
I think even Luke's.
I'm alone. I mean, I would enjoy going there by myself. Don't get me wrong.
No, honestly, you probably should go there. That's
your
a
whole
place for
grocery shopping routine would be thrown to fits. At this place, it's a zoo. I don't think you'd have your system down pat.
Did you get a pizza, Grant?
No, I've had it before though. They are very good, very very good for being
That's a bold
farmer's
statement to
market.
say.
Very good. I almost got another one, but I got some. We bought a bunch of stuff, but we did splurge and get
Tell
some
people about your kombucha.
We bought some kombucha, and the kombucha did its thing the next day. Clears out your gut
3 times in one day.
Oh.
Yeah. But what I got that was good, they had this nice gumbo, seafood gumbo that smacked. So I ate that after the Lions loss, and it was delicious. They had like 25 soups. They have normal groceries, but they also have pre-made stuff. They have like just agave leaves. Like they have wild plants and vegetables that you've never heard of anywhere else. And it's just this, it's like a mecca of groceries just sitting in Lansing, a hidden gem. Not really hidden because a lot of like the parking lot's always full, but it's awesome.
Well, you can online shop if you want.
Really? I'm surprised I had
I'm
that.
online shopping right now, man. I'm checking out everything.
Evan, do you have a Costco membership?
Not yet, but I'm about to get one once I change addresses.
Once you get your administrative work done?
Correct. Once I get my administrative work done, here within a month or so, then I'll definitely be getting one.
You're going to drive all the way to Costco.
Absolutely.
And like love every second of it.
Would that be Ann Arbor?
Yes.
Is the closest one?
Yeah,
How
over
much
there
is a
on
Costco membership.
It's not too bad.
What about Sam's Club? Is that better or worse?
Dude, it's literally right across the street from Costco. What's the difference?
Oh, Marissa gave me a big thumbs down. Sam's Club must
Costco
not
is
be
where
very
it's
nice.
at.
Evan, did your parents have a Sam's
Club.
Club membership?
We used to when I was growing up. It was Sam's Club, dude.
I remember.
We were hardcore. Then we died.
Fun fact about Sam's Club. Do you guys know that's also a chain of Walmart? Like the Sam's Walmart
Sam's
family
Club
owns
is a
that.
Walmart chain?
It's Walmart.
Walmart owns Sam's
Did you
Club.
know I don't know if I can even say this. But
Too late. You're already saying it.
is convinced that she is like the granddaughter of the people that own Walmart. But like
So they own the
keep it
Broncos.
super secret and
The Walton family.
She owns the Broncos.
No, that's the Kroenke family.
No. Alex has to
The
Waltons.
Walmart
own
bought the Broncos. Kroenke bought as the owner of the
The
Rams.
Rams.
and the Nuggets.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
And
a
Manchester
Premier League
United.
team. Yeah.
Anyways.
Back to your story.
No, the Rams owner owns Chelsea.
Whatever it is. He's convinced that she is like related to the Walmart family.
We'll just ask her if she can borrow some NFL gear. Like, hey, I'm dressing up for a party.
But she's
NFL
like
gear.
too
She
afraid
instantly
to
gives you a
ask.
Broncos jersey.
But she's like
ask.
wildly
friends.
rich. Like they're good friends.
She could be owners of the Broncos.
Well, that's not how that works. Is not going to start dating a girl. She is.
Why not?
Yeah,
she's in a
she'd be
committed
dating
relationship
an
with a
owner
man.
of the Broncos.
Anyways, so yeah,
Kroenke, just to set the record straight, this is a mind-boggling portfolio that this man has. He owns Arsenal, the Rams, the Nuggets, and the Colorado Avalanche, and the Colorado Rapids of MLS.
But he
are you
doesn't
kidding me?
own the Broncos.
No, the
The
Walmart
Waltons
family
own
just
the
bought him from the
Broncos.
Bolden family when he passed away.
Kroenke's a champion. He has the Nuggets
I forgot who owns Chelsea.
And the Rams.
and the Rams
And the Avalanche. He won all three major sports
So why does he
recently.
have a bunch of Denver and then California?
Todd. Oh, Todd.
Just does what he wants, Alex.
Who's he?
Anyways,
also the
yeah.
owner of?
So that's my fun fact about Walmart.
So Saturday, the three of us joint activity, Tailgate. First of all, thank you to our hosts. They did a fantastic job, I would say. I'm not sure everyone in the house knows, but they will know now that they booby trapped their fridge. When I opened the door, the holder on the side flew off, and there was bush light that splattered everywhere.
Dodgers.
But
Forgot you did that.
there was a small crew of us that cleaned it all up, so shout out to the crew. I'm assuming if I haven't heard anything that no one in the house even knew it happened. That's how good of a clean job we did. But yeah, you could not have asked for better weather, I would say. I think I didn't feel too warm maybe once, but that was after an intense game of beer die. It was just a fantastic day. We really hit our stride tailgating. I think when we started throwing the football at people walking by on the sidewalk, I think that was peak tailgate, peak camaraderie.
That was just peak hammered.
No, I don't think
Tailgate
we were
went by
hammered.
so fast. Was that just me?
Tailgate was quick. Yeah, it felt really fast.
So it felt like
The
like,
morning, no. The
you
morning,
look down? Yeah, you look down and I was like, "Oh my god, it's 10 o'clock."
I blinked. It was
it's
like
11.
4:30.
And the next thing I know, somebody was like, "Yeah, we're leaving for the game," and I was like, "What? No." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, Evan, it's 3:30," and I was like, "3:30."
It was 10:45 a.m. I swear on my life for 3 hours that morning. I kept looking. It was like 10:45. But then once we got to the point where we were watching the games on YouTube TV up on the porch, that flew by. It was like Penn State, Illinois, and we kept flipping through games, watching Boston College, Florida State. That flew by. But the morning of the drinking games, I thought it was 10:45 for a long time.
I thought the tailgate in general flew by, and I don't really feel like I did anything memorable.
We got an extra hour of tailgating compared to last week and compared to what we're doing this week.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else really memorable from the tailgate pregame. It's just it was a good location, good crop of people. You had people coming, people going.
Threw my arm out in the road playing catch with the football for way too long. So thanks, Grant.
An old man.
You just wouldn't quit.
I didn't play enough catch. That's what I realized at one
I felt like
point.
Grant and I played for like 20 minutes straight, and it was a long time.
I realized I didn't play for catch for 1 month enough, so I just jumped back out in the street. It was like somebody throw me the football.
I was worried about losing Connor's football. He seemed that he did not want that to be the ball that was being used.
That's his good luck ball
Were we using the Packers ball?
Yeah.
most of the time.
We
I think we
were?
switched up at one point.
I didn't know that.
The walk to the game was nice. I love, this is just a little nerd fact about sports. I love a walk to a game. I just love the crowd, the energy as you're walking to the stadium. Like when we were walking to the Miami-Michigan State game, that was as fun as almost anything that I experienced at the Michigan State-Washington game. Like the walk, you're just, the buzz, people are chanting.
People think you have a chance to win.
Yes.
Idiots.
Like all the expectations are high.
Idiots.
I will say Spartan Stadium security, I felt like I wasn't checked at all to get in there, but that's not really a problem, I guess. But I just remember being like, oh, I'm already in.
I have
Nice.
the scanners this time. They used to not even have that. You just walk in.
They'll just look at you, profile you a
improvement.
little bit, and be like, "Yeah, you're good."
It's like the meme of the England security guard when he's like scanning people and like, not even touching their body. Yeah, they're good. Turns out, I guess the booze lines, at least in the lower concourse, are way too long. Evan, you found that out. I believe
Oh
the
my
hard
God.
way.
So you guys were waiting in line for food. So I walk halfway across the stadium to my left. First beer stand from I remember from the picture. And I was like, yes, I remember where this is at. I'm going. I see a small little line, and I'm like, perfect, dude. I'm going to jump in line, get a couple beers, and we'll be good. Turn the corner, and the line instantly just turns right, 90-degree angle. It is like 30 yards, just straight down. I was like, okay, I'll go back. I was like, I remember where there's another beer line. Turn around the corner, it's like behind the stadium end zone. I'm like, this is even longer than the other one. I was like, that's when I found you guys. I was like, yeah, we can't get beer. And out the corner of my
I like how
eye,
you just gave up. You're like, we're just not getting it.
I'm not waiting in line for half the game.
There was no
Out
line
the corner of my
upstairs.
eye, I saw the beer tent in the corner, and I was like, and there was more line. So I was like, our chance to hit, we'll go that way. And got in line and got a beer. Got to our seats before kickoff. Got to our seats before Thunderstruck.
Before the anthem.
Yeah.
What else? I will say for people that are going back to Spartan Stadium, and if you want to try to avoid the lines, it's a pain in the butt to like have to walk up. But if the higher you go, the stands are way less packed. Like there was only like 10 people max in the lines that I stood in. So that's like right below section
Honestly,
106.
Evan, the
You have
line
to go
we
down
were
a
in
ramp.
went pretty fast.
It wasn't too bad. But
What did you guys get?
I
I got a Sparty party.
What did you get, Alex? Oberon? Sparty party? No, Oberon. I went Shorts Local Light. I think that's what Marissa got too. I think you got 2 of those.
Do you have a Shorts local light? Confirmed.
I did not get a Melty Moments. I do regret to inform that.
I don't think we did either.
We did, Evan.
Alex had
we
one
didn't.
hand. And it's
Oh, yes, we
seen
did.
it.
You did. I think it was at the end of the first quarter. And you're like,
I know the
I'm
first
going
quarter, I
to
was like, I
get
gotta
Melty
pee, and I'm getting an ice cream sandwich.
Forgot about
21-0. I was like, I need it.
And then we ate it, and then we left.
Yeah.
I put a beat down on that concession stand. That's basically my whole review of the game day experience was my total damage done was 2 hot dogs, both with mustard and jalapenos. Jalapenos in the hot dog stand is a crazy move. I kind of like it. I've never seen that, but that's pretty delicious.
I love it.
They were a little frozen, though. They weren't completely thawed, which is a little gross.
Yeah. Always frozen, never fresh at Spartan Stadium.
And also the hot dogs had 0 snap to them, but I'm a dirt dog and I like boiled hot dogs like that from Mitchell Park Day, so I do enjoy that, but I know they are objectively gross. They're like pale and have no golden color to them at all.
I was reconciling my credit card statement the other day. Guess how, since we're on concourse talk, food talk, guess how much I spent in the concourse in Kansas City? Keep in mind, I did not buy any merchandise. This is all food and booze.
$85?
102. 102.
More.
125.
You shotgun like 7 Coors Light. How much booze could you have bought in a 4-quarter football game?
$127 worth.
Wow.
Now, I believe I was buying Cody's stuff for him too. But either way, that just shows how crazy prices are in
Dude, Michigan State
stadiums.
cancels their beer sales early, man.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go in the third.
5 minutes into the third quarter. Like,
They want you to get
People
loaded
can-
in the first half.
No, they just don't
can't
want you
get
to be,
loaded
like,
because you don't wait
driving
in
around.
line.
are.
It's about good for like 1 beer quarter. So really, if you thought it was going to be a good game, I've heard Feidelberg on Barstool talk about this, that the key is to buy 2 beers right before beer sales in case it goes to overtime. So you have an overtime beer ready in case you need it. But my other day, so 2 hot dogs, a couple bites of a soft pretzel that wasn't very good. And then
Oh, rumor has it
Mountain
the
Dew.
false pretzel was very good at Spartan Stadium from other people that had it.
Really? I'm not a
Yeah.
huge soft pretzel guy, so I'm not the right guy to ask, but I didn't think it was that good. Big old thing in the Mountain Dew in the souvenir cup. I did not keep the souvenir cup. And
I would have
then
appreciated it.
peanut butter M&Ms and
Holy
A bag of-
garbage disposal in this
a bag
stadium.
of popcorn. I ate all that. And not even
People that get
3/4 of football.
popcorn at sporting events serial killers.
Really?
I love
thought it was
popcorn
good.
at
No.
sporting events. I love popcorns outdoors at football games. I do.
I think sporting event popcorn is awful.
The little green box. They give you the little green box. And
You shake it up. You stick your hand in too much, and then half of it comes out the bottom.
It's really bad popcorn.
No,
they made it the night before.
It's like soggy and soft.
Yeah, they made it the night before and it
disgusting.
just sits. That's all they do. It sits in a warmer.
Yeah, it's shitty.
Scrumptious.
Scrumptious?
Because post halftime,
You describe
halftime break.
popcorn as scrumptious?
A halftime break is when I got the Mountain Dew, the popcorn.
Yeah, we get it,
and
right? You're fat.
The M&Ms. I basically just treated the next 5 minutes of the game like I was at a movie theater. I was like, I was going to enjoy
He
myself.
just loves the
and then
band
we're gonna leave.
playing. He just loves the band playing.
It is nice. I do recommend if you're going to try to go for cheaper tickets up top, try to, I mean, this is no brainer, but try to get the front row because in addition to great seats and view, it's nice to be able to put your hands on the rail when you stand up. I just found myself if there was a big pass on the sideline, I'd put my hands on the rail and stand up. It's a nice support. Washington fans are very nice. I just remember looking at them.
They had to be nice. They were so much better than us. There's no reason to be mean.
Yeah, but I also think the Pacific Northwest are just kind of a chill vibe of the country, and I don't think they're looking to start beef per se. But yes, certainly the game score, they just had to be chill and be like, oh, we kind of actually feel bad for the people we're sitting around. I guess we should just get into the recap of that game now because I feel like to tell the whole story, we just get into it. It was a catastrophe from a betting aspect, from my perspective. Catastrophe. Every single bet that I think I felt good about or had a chance to hit just crumbled. I remember looking down at you guys when +3.5 first quarter was still in play and we needed one drive from Noah Kim to get it, and we just couldn't even get close to it. That stunk. And then the craziest thing was big picture, I really had Washington, but I didn't have them to win. I just had their different wide receivers to score a variety of touchdown combinations. I just sprinkled money on all of them because I didn't know who it would be. And all of them had great games, but none of them scored touchdowns. That number 37 tight end for Washington had 3 touchdowns in the game. And after the second one, I was so fed up. I looked at the Washington fans next to me. I said, who is number 37? And they go, that's their tight end. And I was like, does he score ever? He goes, no, this is his first time. And I was like, this is unbelievable. I have Adunze, McMillan, and another guy to catch touchdown passes, and they're not even coming close. This is a disaster. Total disaster.
What is that noise?
I don't know. Maybe something's humming. It's gone. I don't hear anything.
You guys didn't hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Also, had Christian Fitzpatrick to score an anytime touchdown, and he's the slowest man on the planet. Got chased down. I wanted it to have been an 80-yard touchdown. Overall, it was just a terrible game betting-wise as well as in person. And from your guys' perspective, when Thunderstruck came on, you guys thought you guys were winning the game.
Yes.
Yes.
I never thought we were winning the game. I was just like, this is pretty
No.
good.
I mean, I said it to Evan that we were winning. Evan agreed. The guy in front of me turned around and he said, absolutely, we're winning this game. And he was like a grown-ass old man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, we're winning. And that same guy, middle through the second quarter, I had made some comment about something. He's like, yeah, this team is terrible. This team is so bad. They never had a chance. At least we'll always have Thunderstruck.
We had that moment. That was a moment. That was a real moment that everyone shared.
And it was brief. And then it ended.
Evan, I had a question for Evan. I can't think of what it was, though. Damn it.
Still how bad Jay Johnson is?
No.
Yeah. But I don't know if his ineptitude stood out to me. What really stood out to me is Noah Kim's inability to hit normal passes. That was bad.
Noah Kim looked like
jarring.
poop.
He got scared. He got stage fright in the pocket. He was afraid to get hit. You want to get rid of the ball too quick.
Little.
Yeah, so you have to move the pocket. You have to change your formations. You got to get eye candy for Washington defense. You can't just line up and run your basic pass concepts and expect your not athletic wide receivers to beat Washington's defense. Just straight up. No, you got to get people moving. You got to get something. Then you have to give easy reads. Okay, move the pocket a little bit. Okay, give a 2-man concept to the short side or the wide side. There's no movement and eye candy to make the defense adjust. It's basic formation. Okay, so every now and then we'll move one tight end over across, and then it's run. Or then if it's predictable, then it's pass concept, and then it's just 2x2 or trips look, and then it's just a basic pass. You're never moving a guy. You're never moving double movement, like move a guy and then send somebody back. You never. It's almost too predictable to be a college offense.
Yeah, and I feel like on top of that, the play action is never like sold hard. It's always like the little shotgun fake outside zone play action that doesn't really work because no one actually believes that he's handing the ball off. Unless I'm missing that, but I just
I 100% agree with you. I just
more.
You had one shot to like unleash the bandwagon for your plays, and it's the same basic stuff. It hasn't changed over the last 2 years.
Did one play that looked promising to Nathan Carter, and Noah Kim missed him on a key play. That was the only play that I thought, Jay was trying.
Was that when the first quarter spread was in the bounds? That might have been the play.
I don't know. Noah Kim was like, it's like a fake QB run.
In the second
quarter. Ran up to the line, stopped at the line, and then Nathan Carter was wide open, releasing down the seam.
Second quarter, so they were coming towards
over his head.
I mean, on the defensive side of the ball,
I don't really know how anybody stops that offense.
Penix had all day to throw, really. Like, I just remember thinking he was just staying straight up as a statue and just doing whatever he wanted. And
if you stop that offense, you have to have at least one shutdown corner where it's man, and then you can zone everything else up. So you take away at least a quarter of the defense.
In our defense's defense, Washington's going to score 40 against everybody they play. So, there's going to be a lot easier offenses.
Washington didn't have to try the second half.
They still put up the most yards ever against Michigan State.
They could have needed every single drive in the second half, and we still would have only scored 7 points.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this game was always going to be on the offense.
I don't remember sitting there live what I was thinking, but it didn't feel like Michigan State was trying to blitz. It kind of felt like they were doing a similar strategy they had last year where they just like sagged off coverage and like let them take the like chunk plays. But I don't know how you don't just like take a chance in a game like that.
I'm assuming the first time they would have blitzed that we would have got beat over the top for a 70-yard touchdown, and then you'd be like, well, do I want 3 plays 70 yards or 1 play 70 yards? It's all the same.
Send 3. You don't need to have 4 defensive linemen if they're going to refuse to not run the ball.
They didn't really try to run.
No, 3 defensive linemen.
One big run in the second half.
Get skill guys out there. It just
second half I didn't watch. Hand up.
Just no adaptation. No, nothing. You came out and run the same stuff you did last year, and you expect different results. It's just pathetic by the coaching staff.
Plus all that, for a coaching debut, obviously Barnett wasn't in a good situation to begin with, but to have your team get like 1,000 penalties and just look completely undisciplined and sloppy, that's
yeah. There was a lot of elementary stuff they were doing wrong. Like, on top of just
you're making stupid JV mistakes. And getting murdered by a much more talented
team. This on the sideline still, that was I saw that after the game, the clip, and I was like, all right, I don't feel bad for him anymore if you're still doing that. And I guess maybe no, there's no way if you're a college football player that you're like responding to that in a positive way. They probably all are making jokes about it still. Like, wow, I guess that's dead because coach is gone, but you're still doing his, I don't know.
They probably just believed in it. Grant. College football is like a cult. Programs are culty. It's like church. Once you hang out in church for a while, you're like, wait a second, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't be. If I was in them, I just simply wouldn't be chopping on the sideline. I simply wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. But I think I chopped in the stadium as a joke. So,
the only thing I had to note was the all white with the gold dome is a very underrated jersey look for Washington. I thought they looked very crisp.
Our uniform combination sucked.
It didn't look good in person.
I didn't want to reopen that wound, but I was trying to defend it.
I did not defend it. I just said it's not the worst jersey I've ever seen.
And then
We've
honoring the
won
Rose
worse.
Bowl team was the biggest letdown of all time. He built it up all summer and then just had a bunch of
Agreed.
posts, and then it was in between the quarters, and it was like, here's our team.
We're super awkward.
Right.
Introduce
Back to the
people,
game. You're
really.
down 14-0. You can't move the ball. Here we go, guys.
Yeah, it was really
no,
bad.
like let him be out there.
Should have been a halftime.
To be
thing.
fair,
It should have been a
fair,
halftime.
the game was like already over too, and it was more awkward that Mark was on the sidelines because I just kept thinking he's just gonna walk from the ceremony back to being down like 28-0. That's just incredibly awkward.
He's got to be like, oh shit, I got to deal with this freaking team.
He should have turned down the offer to help just so the ceremony went a little bit more better for him.
Just better than next week being like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll do it this week now.
Yes, I will help you through the Maryland game.
I heard a
on,
theory.
but I want my moment.
Evan, just want your
Wow.
thoughts. Someone I
Who
was
are your
talking
goddamn
to.
message boards?
This is not message board related.
Okay, go ahead.
Evan, also, just so you're aware, the rumor
Off the
yesterday I
record from
heard
Your
was
booster.
not from the message boards. There's talks that they're just going to fire Scotty and Jay and let Mark run the entire defense the rest of the year. What are your thoughts on that? Don't know what they're going to do for offense, but
Darian Harris will take that over.
Darian Harris is not even a coach.
Yet.
Antoine Simmons is a coach.
Courtney Hawkins could run the offense, I guess. I don't know. But either way, Mark D'Antonio would just become defensive coordinator, put all his own schemes in for the rest of the year.
Do it.
You think
How can it get any worse?
Well, everyone not knowing what they're doing for like 3 games and looking even worse.
Well,
than they
Mark's
look
smart
right now.
enough to Mark's smart enough to know, like, just he would fix some things that he doesn't like. He has Harlan there as his secondary coach.
Harlan's not a good coach. As my dad called him, Harlow Bennett.
Boom,
Jack Harlow
shot.
Bennett.
He's not a good coach, Evan.
Also, I don't want to hear about your world-renowned offensive line coach ever again until I see.
I don't get how everyone can keep saying that he's. Why do all these teams want him? But then every time I watch,
Take
he
him.
still
You
sucks.
can have him,
They
please.
just
Somebody come take
Washington
him.
Bullied that line. Bullied that
USC
line.
and Georgia reached out to this guy, and we have a terrible offensive line. I don't
Take
get it.
him.
Well,
Have
he'll
fun.
be unemployed soon, so
The whole staff's gonna be. Hey, at least Ross Ellis and Jay Johnson will be fired after this debacle of a season.
yeah, no, everyone's
Baklava.
gone.
Yeah, Michigan State football
Truly
irrelevant
is.
for the next 10 years. You're welcome.
But the
Oh, please.
Oh,
Evan.
I should
10 years
mention-
is too
I should-
far.
no,
whoa, watch your mouth, Alex. I should mention I walked into the Riviera
All right, I said it
Cafe.
in a heat of the moment after 2 twisted tea pitchers, Grant. Yes.
Alex looks at me. He said, 1, we're not
This was a
talking
private
about what we just
conversation.
watched. 2, Michigan State football will never be good again. Out of Alex's
Yeah,
mouth.
I was in the moment.
the sexy
two-
thing is
two
gonna be
pitchers
next
deep.
year. That brand new coach used to walk into a brand new facility.
But
That's
actually,
sweet.
we're gonna end up having like the best facilities in the country because teams are not going to be upgrading their facilities now with NIL. They're just going to worry about NIL. So we might just end up with the best facilities.
Michigan's upgrading theirs.
Nope, that's not true.
Yeah, no, it is actually true.
Yeah, but ours is better.
We don't know yet, Alex. They simply haven't built Michigan's yet, but they are upgrading the locker room.
Well, ours is more than a locker room, Grant.
We're not in a pissy matchup.
No, we
locker rooms.
are
I
because
don't
you didn't
care.
go to Michigan.
Correct. Butler's locker room's pretty good. But it's
They
for
don't
basketball.
even have scholarship football players, and I saw a
Correct.
very unfortunate highlight of Butler football.
But they had the biggest upset in college football history.
Yes.
People don't talk about it nearly
Youngstown
enough.
State, Bo Pelini.
Yes. Yes.
Watch that game if you're bored.
Maryland, the sick thing is for... Oh, wait, no, we're doing all recaps. All right.
What?
We're doing all recaps.
Oh, we
I
are.
was about to talk about Maryland, but we're doing all recaps. Michigan. Bowling Green.
Oh my gosh, JJ
Exciting
is going to
game
win the
for a
Heisman
half.
still.
Evans, Falcons, screeches in the bar were... Just like that is actually what it sounded like.
I just freaked out the dogs in here. That's hilarious.
I think it's a good thing to get that out of the system. They actually dominated the game. The fact that the score ended up being that lopsided with that many sloppy plays. They also fumbled the ball on a kick return. I mean, I think they ran like 40 offensive plays, which is incredibly low for college football. With all that being said, still the preseason, you got the worst game out of the way. if the question is that I'm getting out in front of, are you worried? No, I am not worried. The only thing I need to see is I need to see Will Johnson and Rod Moore back on a football field, healthy playing, and we are full still a go. That's pretty much it. Good for Bowling Green for keeping it competitive through 3 quarters, 2.5 quarters.
Bowling Green's uniforms were terrible. I hate their colors. I hate brown. I hate the color brown.
That's all I see.
Well, the Browns all whites were sweet though. They should just do that.
I like orange and white. Just fade that brown into something else. Fade it into gold.
Black. Oh.
Yeah, I'll take black.
No real comments on the Michigan football game.
Is there anything? It's just
sloppy.
It's just
sloppy.
The season
shit.
starts this coming week.
JJ
we'll find out when they face
anymore.
Scary.
You think that ruined his Heisman run, Evan?
Can't throw 3 picks against Bowling Green.
3 picks against a MAC school that you're favored by 40 points at home in prime time.
Should have been 4. Should have been 4.
Actually,
turned into a touchdown.
If Heisman voters were really going to look deep into it, they would have to look at that game and be like, "Wow, he stunk against
the
them."
Heisman voters would
There's
just not.
no chance they watch that game.
Correct.
No,
there's no chance they don't
there's no
care
chance.
because of what jersey he's wearing.
Correct.
I can think of 5 quarterbacks in college football that are better than JJ.
And it was a good year for quarterbacks. But have you seen the smiley face on his hand? I mean, come on, that
I can
erases
think
at
of
least 2
7
interceptions.
quarterbacks better than JJ.
Name them.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Shadur Sanders.
I'm not ready to do that.
I am. Quinn Ewers.
Are we doing
better.
stat wise right now or what? We doing stats or just eyeball tests?
Eyeball. Sam Hartman, better.
Sam Hartman better. DJ.
Oh my
Drake
god.
May, better.
Ugalele, Evan?
Look at his
not
stats.
sure
Look
I'm
at his
taking
stats at Oregon State.
I'm taking him.
Who'd you say, Alex?
Drake May?
After
Drake May's better.
No.
Drake May's better.
Yes,
They
Grant.
almost lost to App State.
Almost doesn't count.
Grant.
They almost lost to him last year.
Michigan almost lost to Bowling Green in the first half.
All right, keep going, but then I'm gonna. All right, whatever. Then we'll
Cry.
figure out how to
Start
settle
crying.
this. I'm just gonna tell you,
Jackson
Cry
Dart.
for Smiley Boy.
Jackson Dart.
No. Jackson Dart.
Look at his
Where's he at,
stats.
Ole Miss?
Yeah, look
All
at his
right. Ole Miss.
stats.
If he beats Alabama, I'll give you a little bit.
I
of
think
credit for that.
realistically,
They're covering.
It's
They're
5.
covering against Alabama.
But what is it based off, Alex? Because this JJ McCarthy is tracking to go top 10 in next year's NFL draft.
That doesn't mean they're good.
Like,
Mitchell Trubisky went top 10. Wasn't a good college quarterback.
I
All
guess
right.
just like what's our
Let's go
basis
through
of a
this.
good college quarterback?
Caleb Williams. Everyone agree?
Better.
Yes.
All right. Michael Penix.
Better.
Better. Grant.
Grant,
I mean,
he's
it's hard.
Grant.
Let's wait for JJ to play Michigan State this year.
That's not.
He ain't throwing for
insane.
497 and 4 touchdowns and then leaving it halfway through the third quarter. I can promise you that.
Yeah, that's probably not happening.
Different offense, but fine. I'll give
Correct.
It
It
to
is a
Penix just
different
'cause I was
offense. He
wowed.
won't have the chance for that.
I was wowed. I'll give it to Penix. Whatever. Still, that's only 2.
The Florida State quarterback. What's his name?
No.
Jordan
no.
Travis.
He's a basket case. They almost lost. No.
He got injured. He got injured in that game, Grant.
No.
He got injured in that game.
He looked like he was
Sam
chaotic
Hartman.
in the LSU game.
Sam Hartman
No.
better.
Yes.
Jaden
better.
see
Daniels.
this week.
Jaden Daniels better.
No, Evan. We're going through the list. Quinn
Sorry,
Ewers.
From LSU?
CUNY Ewers, yes, better.
No.
CUNY Ewers,
Shadur is
Oh,
in.
they go now.
Shadur is better.
No. You watch this week. What's going to happen?
Shadur.
to
It's not
him.
going to be Shadur's fault when they lose this week.
Right.
All right, and the last
That's
one
a
on
funny
this
little cop-out.
list ahead of him, Grant's not going to like.
Tanner Morgan.
Bo Nix.
No. Oh, my God.
What is their new slogan for him for his Heisman campaign? It's Bodacious.
Nose.
It's bodacious. Dude, that is their Heisman campaign for him. Drake May's on the list. He's better than him. Jackson Dart's better than him.
I would say Drake May's better, and then I don't think Jackson Dart's better.
JJ McCarthy is a solidified top 5 right now. He's top 5.
I just
after
named
a terrible
7.
year against
So why
Bowling
doesn't he
Green.
play like it, Grant?
I just
Well,
named 7
he
quarterbacks
does,
better
Evan.
than him.
He does.
I named 8 quarterbacks better than him.
He had one awful game against a MAC school because he was
Lost
his focus.
Tell me this.
How does a top 5 quarterback lose
Has
their
Shadur
focus
Sanders
in any
had
football game?
a bad game this season? And he's, by the
Not
way, only
yet.
played Power 5 competition for 3 games.
dude. But that is the Power 5 teams he's playing are so
Has Michael
horrendous.
Penix had a bad team? A bad game?
Yeah,
Excuse
he's
me.
played.
Oh, and sorry, has JJ's competition been good?
No, but it's not that often.
Was
with those
Oklahoma's
teams.
quarterback
It's
I'll
not
take him
that
too.
off. Boise State, Michigan State, and someone else are
Michigan
are-
State's not that much better than East Carolina.
You're out of your mind.
I wanted that one to sting, and I believe it.
You
After
don't
what I
believe
watched
that.
with Washington.
You do
I
not
do.
believe that.
It'd be a 3-point game, and you'd skate by.
Because Michigan State lost
3-point
to a
game with
top
East
10 team
Carolina.
in the country.
Yeah.
Delusional. I'm leaving the podcast. I'm not talking the rest of the podcast.
Dramatic. He's still listening. I hear him. Is that mic plugged in? I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either. Oh,
This backfired bad.
yeah, it's back.
Definitely
I
working.
heard,
It's back now.
oh,
You sound
no,
different,
it's
though.
doing
You
his
sound bad.
He's doing his AirPods. Yeah.
Oh, you got him where it hurt. East Carolina is just as good as Michigan State. Right that.
I'm gonna write a blog breaking down the X's and East Carolina hasn't done too hot in their game since it'd be a 10-point game. I see you again, but it says you're muted. You're just you sound normal.
I know.
All right. Detroit, Seattle.
Stinks.
Detroit, Seattle. Recap.
How
Why am I
pathetic of a
lagging again?
performance that was.
Oh, stop. They went
Alex-
to overtime. You
Alex,
act like
change
they,
your
lost by
standards.
40.
Change your standards.
I'm just not going to sit here and say it was pathetic.
It was.
It was
It was a
not
pathetic defensive.
pathetic.
It was a pathetic defensive
All
performance.
right, don't blame the offense.
Well, you had 2 turnovers on offense that caused 14 points because of it.
Yeah. Offenses make mistakes. Your defense needs to get more than
Are you
2
counting
stops.
Are you counting the fourth and turnover on downs? Like I said, it was a turnover.
No,
but that's what you're
I'm
referring
not
to.
counting that. I'm calling that fumble
pick
that scored
six.
a fumble in the pick six.
Oh, yeah.
And you could also
Why?
call her the fourth and 2 on our own side. There's 21.
You could call that on Dan Campbell.
And I would.
Yeah. I'm in Evan's camp on the fact that it was
It
a
was-
pathetic loss.
shouldn't
but
have lost.
It's not
But it's not the end of the world.
But you should
Whoa, don't
you
just
should
count.
change your standards of how you look at the Lions team. Well, we beat the Chiefs and we only lost to Seahawks. Well, we all
I
thought we'd
just
be 1-1
think, like,
anyways. No, you
think
changed.
everyone-
Evan sounds like me.
No,
He
Evan.
does sound like me.
You beat the Chiefs. So
Stand up.
you beat the Chiefs. So
The
change your
dramatic-
standards. Change your standards
How
of the game after the
dramatic you
first
guys
week.
are that you think the Lions were going to go 17-0 is the part that
I'm not
bothers
saying
me
that
the
they're going
most.
to go 17-0. There's
And
there's
that the
tough road
playoffs are out
games.
of reach now, and that Hutchinson is now the worst player you've ever seen. And
I'm not
the
saying
amount of
Hutchinson's
text
fault.
that you three.
I
in
didn't
that
say
group
Hutchinson
chat-
was the worst play I've ever seen.
No, I'm not talking about just you. I'm talking about 3 of you in that group chat.
I never
Being
said that
The most
this
dramatic
week.
little girls I've ever listened to.
What's a
talk
pathetic
about a football
performance on
game.
Sunday?
Alex is fired up
And
right now.
it was
It's my
disappointing.
fault.
But change your
It's my
freaking.
fault.
You're disappointing. You're trying to back the Lions and trying to make excuses. Being like it's okay
I'm
to be
still
1-1.
going to root for them and still believe they can do something because they lost game 2 out of 17.
Correct. I agree. I'm with you. But that loss is the
It's
reason why
it's
we
a loss they
hate
shouldn't
cheering
have
for the
lost.
Lions. Correct. It's
But
pathetic.
it's not you just don't need to go revert back to SOL and all this ridiculousness.
Well, the last drive that Grant's going to touch on with all the timeouts, that was the same old Lions. Going forward on their own sideline, that's the same old Lions.
I would say that.
And doing the same defensive scheme over and over and over again while they're tight ends and everybody else is carving you up is the same old Lions mindset. Alex, here's some stats
So why
for
do you
you.
watch?
No,
Why
here's
do
some
you guys
stats.
watch?
Here's some stats for you. I got fantasy
You're
players.
just
I
playing.
don't
miserable.
use hard stats.
I got fantasy players playing. That's why I watch. Okay,
On the
we have
Lions.
we have one sack in the NFL. We have one
You
sack.
have no Lions players.
That's not good. 1 sack is bad.
That is
I had
bad.
Kenneth Walker scored 2 touchdowns for me. That's why I was cheering. I have one. We have one sack, 30th in the NFL,
That's
and
bad.
that sack was by who?
James Houston,
No, he didn't go down on that play.
Josh Pascal.
Anzalone.
Linebacker?
Anzalone.
I should have
Against Gino.
What do you think our pressure rate is, Alex, percentage wise?
What's a good one?
28%.
No, 10%, 26 in the league.
Oh, that's really bad.
Okay, what do you think our hurry percentage is? Percentage plays, they're passing and we try to hurry them
15%.
A little bit higher. 15.
in there. Sorry, guys. We're 20th in the league, 1.1%.
All right. Well, that's a different
So
kind
hurry
of stat
rate
then.
is harder than pressure.
Yeah.
Is what I'm gathering.
Yeah. Okay,
Really?
blitz rate. How many times do you think, what's our percentage that we blitz?
We blitz 11%
Never.
of the time.
6.
Alex got it, 5.7%. That is 31st in the league.
Maybe Aaron just trusts his defensive line to get
Evan.
home.
Is this tweet from Noam
And they
Bianchi?
Yes, it is. But
Yeah.
I saw it on a different source. I found my source through Instagram.
Stat for you.
But it is
Stat
sourced
off.
to him. Correct. And
Stat off.
go ahead. Go get your stats, because I'm going to give you another stats of the stats that I absolutely hate that's trying to like be Lions favored. Just pisses me off.
Is it the one I'm about to say?
You're probably going
about
to
a
read
certain
it.
player on the team?
Yes, it's going to
Is it
piss
the
me
one on the
off.
team?
It's going to piss me off.
Who is the most pressures in the entire NFL?
This fucking stat just pisses me off now. I wish they would get
Why?
rid of it. QB pressures.
Yeah.
Yeah, pressures. It's not a sack. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a pressure. They could have still completed a pass on your pressure.
True.
Yeah. But
It's a garbage stat. It's a stat of basically almost being there. I almost slept with the prom queen. That's basically what you're saying. That's basically what you're saying every single time. I was almost there.
Well, I would. All right. Let me. This is.
It's
I think we're
disgusting.
going down the defensive line advanced stats, but you can't only do sacks because sacks are a little disingenuous. To I understand, like, yes, get the guy on the ground, but sacks are kind of a finicky stat.
But
like, we all have watched it.
Grant,
Where,
but
like,
looking at some of these people that have lead the NFL in sacks is like mind blowing.
typically, yes, they are towards the top.
It just. Let's see if I can find this. I don't know if I can find it. I saw this graphic today
All right,
and I
Evan,
can't find it.
It depends on how, but a QB pressure is this. It's either a hurry, a knockdown, or a sack, and they add them all up. That's not like I'm sure. Yes, right. You might have knocked down the quarterback after they completed a pass, but it still means you're getting close to the quarterback, which is better than
Correct. It was
than not.
three things
It's not
adding
a
it
bad
up,
stat.
but Hutchinson doesn't have a sack, so it's just the other two. It's just a knockdown in a hurry.
In a hurry.
Correct. So he doesn't have like 4 sacks already, and then the 4 of those, I'd be like, all right, he has 4 sacks in 2 games. I love it. And Alex, what did you say last week about their tackles?
No comment.
Oh, couldn't get to the quarterback. Couldn't get to Geno Smith.
I think a lot of it was scheme related. I think Aaron should take some of this on the chin.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. And also, I also agree. This is not a like. I was pounding the table on draft night. I was pounding the table during free agency. I was pounding the table during like the opening like trade when people start getting traded during when training camp starts. Aiden Hutchinson would be a lot better if you get somebody else to pair with him. And this whole notion that the Lions were obsessed with James Houston last year, he is what he is. He's a 6th-round pick. He had his flash in his pan for his whatever 8 games it was.
I think
he's not playing for a while because he broke his ankle.
Yeah, but he showed against the Chiefs he's still a good pass rusher.
No, we
He's the
don't
only
have a
one
good
who's
pass
getting
rusher
there.
on the team right now. You have a half of one Hutchinson because he's doing it by himself. Nobody else on the team is a good pass rusher.
I would say Houston, when healthy, is a good pass rusher. Hutchinson is a good pass rusher. I think an issue right now we're having is that our defensive tackle that's supposed to be good, Aleem McNeil, has been playing like absolute shit.
Okay, I have a question for you. This gets brought up all the time now. Is Brad Holmes and Dan Kemp been falling too in love with their own guys?
Oh my God. People have already gotten to this point.
Well,
they fell too in love with Charles Harris, I would say, after what I watched against the Seahawks.
There are like
I'm
always going to be guys.
I'm talking about the defensive line. I
think it's very dramatic because
Harris,
the points at the end of last year,
Harris,
they were very good.
and McNeil. Instead of like going out and getting somebody.
McNeil was good last year.
I have hope for McNeil. I think that was just an off game.
He's off to a bad start.
I have a question, Evan, to that point, which I guess it goes in the face of it. Where did Benito Jones come from, and why is he on my TV screen
last year, Grant, from a practice
don't
squad?
know who this guy is.
Waivers.
Like, what's he doing?
They're probably happy that
he played okay against the Chiefs.
I'd rather play Bugs.
The thing is that we
Bugs might look like
stopped
shit
the
right
run,
now.
but then where you just played this soft garbage because it looked like Glenn was too afraid to get burnt over top.
I have a scheme theory, and this is from a football novice, admittedly. I know some schemes, I don't know a lot. I think what hurts our team really bad right now is we have probably the slowest linebacker core in the entire NFL, potentially the worst in pass coverage in the NFL. And you see time and time again that our defense does very horrendously with semi-mobile quarterbacks, and I can't believe I'm calling Geno Smith a semi-mobile quarterback, but he is. He can like extend plays. So it was a combination of that, because when we pass rush and they move it all, we have no sense of a QB spy whatsoever because we're slow as dirt, and it just makes it hard for the defensive line. And on top of that, we had a compounding fact with the Seahawks. I will give them credit. I just remember just anecdotally watching the game, there was so many plays where they moved the pocket away from Hutchinson a lot. They would like roll out to the right or do a play action to get it away, and they just kept moving the pocket. So they did do a great job of scheming away from our only threat of a pass rush, where if teams just emulate that, we're going to be screwed all year. We just don't have a lot of team speed in the front seven whatsoever. We have no one that's going to chase anyone down. We kind of had that with James Houston. Remember the play when he collapsed on Justin Fields and wrapped him up? We have John Kaminsky. We don't have any speed up front whatsoever, so it's going to hurt us when we play semi-mobile QBs.
We tried to stop the run in a passing league now.
Well, we are good at stopping the run.
We are really good at stopping
the last 20 games. We've only given up 100-yard rusher. You know,
Carolina. And we get to play them in a couple weeks.
We all remember.
And we gave up 2, Christmas. I think, 100-yard rushers in that game.
And on Sunday, we get to play one of the most athletic running backs I've ever seen play the NFL.
But strength for strength, Evan.
Yeah.
That favors us.
Yeah, but they're not. They're just
Desmond Ridder is straight cheeks.
No, he's actually not. He's 2-0. He's better than Jared Goff this year.
He's... Evan's just
you should quit the podcast.
He had 10 rush attempts. He had 10 rush attempts.
He's trolling.
Alex, he's 2-0.
Evan's trolling.
The Falcons are first in their division.
Desmond Ridder is nowhere even remotely in the same category as Jared Goff.
Alex, what are you going to do when Desmond Ridder becomes 3-0 and we're 1-2?
I will still tell you that Desmond Ridder is not the reason for their success when he throws the ball like 6 times a game.
He threw the ball more last week. He threw 25.
I'll be pissed off, Evan, if that happens. I'll be pissed. I'll be honest with you. I'll be pissed off.
It won't be Jared's fault, I can tell you that. This season,
I might text SOL and
that loss
delete
is
it, but I might text
Jared.
it.
How about the biggest jinx job of all time by Fox? Putting up the graphic of the consecutive passes without an interception.
You knew he was going to throw a pick this week. He wasn't going to
literally the drive before. And then 2 plays later, pick 6.
Wasn't on him.
Back-to-back years throwing a pick 6. Back-to-back years throwing a pick 6. To the Seahawks.
Wasn't on him.
How?
Dan Campbell said it wasn't on him.
On Jared Goff?
He said it was on the person running the route.
Okay, how about Dan Campbell? Can you get into the last drive?
I was about to ask permission to get angry and get myself worked up into a ladder. I can teleport back to Sunday. I can't.
Did you read his quote today? Did you read Dan Campbell's quote today? It pissed me off even more.
I saw what he said, the 97, I did. So 2 things made me really upset about this game. And I think for most Lions fans is why it was more maddening. It was like deja vu. One was just getting carved up by Seattle again after last year, like just not adjusting to what they did to us last year. So that's first of all. And 2, this is just exactly like the Vikings game last year at US Bank, when we just begged Dan Campbell afterwards just to be aggressive because we will go down in flames because that's what we're ready for based on what you've shown us, faking punts against the Chiefs, going for it on your own 30-yard line or whatever it was in the Seahawks game. But then you get in a position with the ball at midfield with 1 minute and 44 seconds left, which is a eternity in the NFL with 3 timeouts, and you start off banging. First down, 10 yards. I'm looking at Marissa. I think I'd call timeout. Timeout. Why not? Timeout. Nothing. I'm like, all right, fine. Snap it with like 1 minute left. Another first down on a brilliant Ben Johnson reverse to Amonra off a bum turf toe. First down. I'm like, oh, timeout. No, you run it down to like 30 to 20 seconds on the 30, and you just evaporated the clock from 144 to 20 seconds, and you still have 3 timeouts. For what reason? Why? You can say we were playing it like end of half. You didn't want Seattle to get the ball back. What mentality is that? You're just then you're just going to go to a coin toss 50-50 at halftime. Guess what? They got the ball back, you dumb idiot. They just won the game. I just don't understand the mentality of him not realizing that your defense is absolutely cooked. Why not lean on your strength and just win the game then And if they get the ball back with 40 seconds and they beat you, tip your cap to them. I think you'd be up 4 points, wouldn't you? They would have had to score a touchdown. How?
You said, so Dan's whole thing was not giving the ball back to them. So if they score too fast and give the ball back and Seattle scores because you don't trust your defense and then they get the ball and then you putting your defense out there to try to win the game and then they lose it, I think he felt better that they could win a coin toss and get the ball and score first.
No, I disagree. That's passive.
Listen,
I see the point you're making.
No, I don't agree with anything Dan did. I agree he did it all wrong, but I can see a little bit of why he would do what he did. At the same time, after the Chiefs game, I read an article from Barstool, so it was like a fake article. It was just supposed to be funny, and it just says in there that Dan Campbell's a maniac who will just go for it 100 times and then also do weird stuff like kick a field goal down 20. Like it's super. He makes no sense. He doesn't. Sometimes I wonder if he knows what he's doing. I don't know.
No consistency.
We've
learned that
just
now.
A roller coaster.
It's not always aggressive. It's just he doesn't know. 1 minute 44 seconds on the 50. You had a gain of 12 yards. Now you're on the 38. You don't snap it to 106. Fine. I understand if you want to try it, but you're not even going fast. You're running off 30 seconds.
They huddled.
You snap it
multiple times.
You gain 11 yards. Sorry, it was Khalif Raymond on the rush, not Amano. That was a different play. So now you on the Seattle 27 scrambling. You do not call a timeout. You snap the ball with 38 seconds. You went from 144 to 38 seconds left in the game from the 27. And then you had, I think, a completion to Gibbs for 4 yards, called your first timeout. Boom, you're at 20 seconds left in the game. It's just like, what are we doing? We have a chance to win. And even if you're not winning, you're up by like 4 points, and they have to go the length of the field in 30 seconds or less.
Which they might have.
That odds they might have, but then at least it's better than being tied, knowing you never had a chance.
Would you have been more mad though if we gave up a touchdown to Seattle in 30 seconds?
Pure anger at the defense, yes. Pure anger at the defense, yeah, but not like. Not gonna be mad at Dan. Now I'm pissed at Dan. I don't want to be mad at Dan. I love Dan. I'm pissed at Dan.
Dan, that's
preach.
It's just football. It's sports. We got to remember that. Shit's hard.
It's just so infuriating because it was the Vikings game last year when they settled for that stupid damn field goal and they just played soft and lost us a game. Just don't do that again. Learn from your mistakes. That's what I always say. You make a mistake, you learn from it. We're not learning from our mistakes. Positives, bright spots.
Was that a hot mic?
Laporta. No.
Oh, that would have been all time.
Laporta. Sam Laporta, dog.
Sam LaPoopy?
Absolute dog. Sam Laporta, Sam LaProtege, dog. Jared Goff, really good. Top 8 quarterback in the NFL.
Whoever wanted to tell me on a beach that Kenny Pickett was better than Jared Goff, let's just remember that was a bad take. Matthew.
It's aging poorly. Aging like bad cheese. Josh Reynolds, sorry,
Josh Reynolds saved your fantasy season.
Josh Reynolds stack. Lethal. The
season, Evan, he's in first place.
Anthony Richardson week 1, Josh Reynolds week 2. What other no name is going to save your season?
I'm thinking Tutu Atwell this week.
Nice.
Jerome Ford. I paid up for him. If anyone has another fantasy league where someone spent $92 on Jerome Ford, please let me know so I feel better about myself.
I was shocked when I saw that this morning.
Me too. I thought. Well, Alex lied. Alex told me that Cody was spending $90.
McCarthy has to actually get on the fantasy app to do that.
Hey Grant, why put in 62? So don't feel too bad.
Yeah, it was funny because Brad did the same thing. He was like, "Someone's going to put in 60, so I'm going to do like 61, like one above." Injuries, Evan. Your thoughts on it? Injuries are a problem, right? You're muted, I think, Evan.
They have been the last like 3 or 4 years for the Lions. So I think the torn pec is one of the things. Broken ankle, that's one of the things. But like the soft tissue injuries, just the nicks and bumps kind of pissing me off. I'm like is it really a bruised thigh or a hurt thigh from Montgomery?
I don't know. He said he's going to be out multiple weeks, but then people are saying day to day.
I would say multiple weeks just from the looks of it. Yeah,
he's not playing.
Getting carted off him with a bag of ice on his leg. At least it's not a knee injury, which I thought it was. It's just that's why you keep Tracy Walker around. I mean, wish you had more running back depth, but wish you had more wide receiver depth. It is the NFL, so it's about nutrition. But it always seems like every single year it can't go smoothly. Decker was out this game.
Whenever Evan says battle of attrition, he says it kind of fast. So I always think he says battle of nutrition, and it makes me laugh every time.
Honestly, I heard the same thing. I thought he said battle of nutrition.
It's a battle of nutrition, which it kind of is not the same thing, but it's similar. It's
It's all about health, baby.
The one positive note about the injuries is it's none of our quote unquote star players, I would say. Like we're keeping our most
sort of
important
disagree.
Pieces. You sort of disagree.
I mean,
you think
CJGJ is a star of the defense.
Oh.
Like he makes a lot of plays that don't go unnoticed. I mean, he's very important in the back end.
Yeah. Okay.
Montgomery is definitely important if we're trotting out Zonovan Knight and Craig Reynolds on first and second down.
I think we're gonna like Zonovan Knight a lot.
I've heard good things about him. Isn't his
Did
nickname
you see the
like
one
Bam Bam?
Bam Knight? Did you see one of the tweets? This is a great tweet from Jeremy Reisman at Detroit Online. Last year, from week 12 to 18, so that's 6 week sample size, Zonovan Knight was second in the NFL in forced missed tackles, trailing only Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is fat now.
Thanks. So I like that, but it's not good. It's the defensive line is crumbling. Pascal on IR, Houston on IR, basically done for a while. That's not good for our already bad team. The CJGJ, I think, actually is going to be okay because our secondary is so deep, and if Tracy Walker is fully healthy, we're good there. And I like seeing Brian Branch play more. And also, if this guy Emmanuel Mosley can ever play, you add him in the secondary as well. So I think the secondary will be okay. It just, I sucks because CJGJ is like my favorite player. So that was a big blow. And he's an emotional leader of the team. Also,
the Lions tweeting "get well soon" and then like putting the picture of all our fallen soldiers is too much.
Did it really?
Oh yeah, they did.
No, I didn't see this.
They did like individual
do
ones.
A few.
Like there's a James Houston one. There's a Chauncey Gardner
James
one.
Houston doesn't deserve one.
It's a get well
Are the
soon.
Lions going to come out on defense and do like a 2 like Michigan football did to honor CJGJ's life?
Line up and not cover everybody.
Good thing Michigan State didn't honor Mel Tucker last week.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about the ski mask anymore, I guess.
Yeah, that aged well. I love that was listener Ben's just first thing he had to say.
Shit's
as if the ski masks
well
made
soon.
a difference of why we lost.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
get well soon. God, our organization's so
What was
soft.
the
It's TJ Lang's birthday. Happy birthday.
happy birthday?
He was terrible as a line.
Yeah.
Here's a question from longtime listener Sam. He says, "Am I overreacting when I see the Detroit Lions might win under 10 games this year? Why or why not?"
No, because the talent
Yes,
on the
because
roster
week
is
2 of the NFL.
500. It's just the fact of can we ride the hot hand of Jared Goff?
Week 2. The Bengals have now started the last 2 seasons 0-2 and won their division.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chaser have been better than what we got.
Yeah, but Evan. That doesn't matter.
Think it's not necessarily, it's still
It's
a
not
little bit of
overreaction, but I would say relax.
Well,
our
our division,
reaction, but
our
it's
division
getting
looks
closer
like
to a
we could
normal
go
reaction.
5-1
We're leading
again.
the division still.
Probably split with the Packers.
Still leading the division.
Actually, not technically. I got smacked in my face on Sunday about this. We didn't. We haven't won a
Okay,
divisional
fine.
game.
The tiebreaker,
Yeah.
whatever.
Not.
Whatever. When we play the Bears twice, fine. Then we'll be tied.
Connor definitely
Yes, he
dropped
did.
that right
That's
on
why I
your head
turned to
and
him and I was
loved
like, "Well, good news is, Connor, we're still tied for the division." He's like, "We're not tied. We own the tiebreaker. We won a divisional game." Like, all right, never mind. The Packers lost to the Falcons.
So, some stats before we get into previews for the NFL big picture to not doomsday. If you were doomsday, 0-2 teams. This is since the expansion of playoffs in 1990, I believe it was. 0-2 teams. They have an 11.5% chance to make the playoff since that time. Very, very bad if you go 0-2. So in that camp, we got Bengals, Chargers, Vikings. There's some ones
Give me
that
2-1. What's the difference between
have some work
2-1
to
and
do.
1-2? What are those numbers? Do you have those numbers?
That's a good question. We'll find that out next week, I believe. I bet someone will say something
know
about
those
that on
numbers.
Twitter, and we'll see it. For us, Evan, 1-1 teams, they have a 41.8%, so basically 42% chance to make the playoffs.
Just
at
1 and 2
1-1.
just looks so freaking disgusting. It's
Solid,
like, what
though.
happened to the season? But 2 and 1, you're like, hey,
Oh, Evan.
Keep the drama.
One-
Now 2-0,
Yeah, 1 and 2 looks
60
gross, but it's not the end of the world.
63.8, 64% chance to make the playoff at 2-0, which is not as high as I would think.
All right,
so
enough
really,
of these stats that don't
they do matter.
Here's
Give
my
me your
question.
stupid garbage stats.
I'm not giving stats because they're all
That was
garbage.
a question.
Just a question. And Grant, you posted on the X, I believe.
Mm.
What do you guys think our record will be after 8 games? I have a firm
After
answer.
8? Give me a second.
Firm.
Oh, I
Like,
don't know.
I read that
Which one's the 8th game?
tweet,
five,
and
1, 2,
I
3, 4,
Oh,
5,
so
6.
until the bye week, before the bye week.
Yeah.
I don't know when the bye week is.
week 9.
Okay, give me a date.
After the
okay,
Raiders.
thank you.
Until the Raiders.
Get to the Monday night
Get
game.
to the Monday night game. Ew. Mike Evans. Oh.
5
Bucks
and
are sneaky.
Bucks are sneaky.
5
It's
and
at
3
the
for
Bucks.
Grant.
5-3. Maybe
We've
5
already
and 3.
lost one.
Bucks are not sneaky. They've played doormats the first 2 games.
Not
Bucks-
nice to
Bucks
say
are
to
sneaky.
your. Not nice.
It's actually saying doormat for the Bears after what's going on in their facility
I'm
today is
referring to
actually
the-
Hey,
very
he's
nice.
stepping away from mental health
They haven't
issues.
played
Grant.
the-
It has nothing to do with
Oh.
what the attorney is. What it's actually.
Grant, you should not call the Vikings doormats.
I didn't call it. I thought the Bucks played the Panthers. That's on me.
Yeah, you better
What
take
happened to
that back.
Bucks had a very nice week 1 win.
There you go.
Bucks with the Vikes.
I'm going 4 and 4.
That's bad.
But honestly, it's better
what's
than
the
last year.
3.
Significantly.
What's the other game we're losing though? Yeah, but our
4.
schedule gets way harder.
Can you read the games out loud? I can't do anything.
I'm
on
going
my
5. I say
laptop.
5 and 3. Okay,
After
Alex
or
Falcons
what?
this weekend.
Yeah, I think this is a toss-up
Okay,
game.
at Packers Thursday,
No.
9:28,
We'll get to it,
8:15
but-
Prime Video. Al Michaels.
Loss.
Home against the Panthers.
Win.
At the Bucks.
Win.
At the Nope, sorry, JK. At the Ravens.
Loss.
Monday Night Football against the Raiders on
Win.
the day before Halloween.
So 5 and 3 or 4 and 4.
Yeah,
Just going
I
to
said
depend
5
on
and
this
3.
Sunday.
I think the Ravens and Packers are leaning L, and then rest of them you lean W, but toss-up games for most of them. I think the Falcons.
It's the NFL.
I think the
Every
Falcons
game's
could be a
close
toss-up game,
most of
and
the
the
time.
Bucks to be a toss-up game. I'm 75% sure we can beat the Raiders, and 75% sure we can beat the Panthers.
I'm
I hate the
90%
idea
sure
of
we
4 and
will.
4, Alex, because
kill
then
Bryce
we have
Young.
to sweep the Bears and beat the Packers all in a 4-week span.
And
Which
we
we should
will.
do, but that's then Denver and then the Vikings twice and then the Cowboys, which we are Evan. If we play the Cowboys in
Oh,
the
yeah,
playoff
Evan.
game after what
You
you
might
saw
wanna
this week, are
walk
we
us
winning?
back.
It's the Jets. It's Zach Wilson, guys. Calm down.
All right, he's sticking to
The
it.
Cowboys are the most overrated
Sticking
team
to
of
it.
all time and always will be.
They have the best player in the
No,
NFL
they don't.
currently. Yeah, they do.
Did you see his juke move up to the line of scrimmage, Evan? I think he might be the best player I've
He
ever seen.
currently is the best.
Has he ever gotten a sack
Football
while lined up
player.
against Sewell?
Maybe. I don't remember that game.
Maybe.
Correct.
How
He
would
doesn't.
you know that?
See?
Evan?
Don't
You
know.
that off the top of your head.
You, Alex.
Yeah, he might have.
You should buy tickets to that game.
I feel good that he did. Oh, I
Tickets
definitely
are as low as $38 on Vivid Seats. Yes.
right now. Isn't it like on Christmas?
New Year's day before New Year's Eve. So the 30th of
Vivid
30th of
Seats.
December.
I'll be in St. Lucia.
Well, I'm not visiting you that weekend then.
Well-
Sorry, you're missing out. Spoilers.
Actually, I think I get back the 31st, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to look.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Preview time. What?
The Broncos game has a chance to be flexed to that Saturday on the 16th.
Is this
No,
relevant?
dude, it is
news,
relevant
Evan?
news because Michigan State plays Baylor also at LCA on the 16th. That's relevant. That's breaking news. You could have a day down in Detroit.
So the Michigan State game would be going on at the same time as
I
the
was hoping
Lions
it would be
game.
like one would be the other.
Like Michigan
Last
State at
time I went
night.
to see Michigan
Lions
State
and-
at LCA, I got
Alex
COVID.
gave it to you.
Same. Actually, I brought the COVID to LCA and gave everybody in the LCA COVID. I did do that.
Preview Lions, Falcons. I believe the
It
spread's
is.
down to 3.5 after all of our injuries. I think
I'm seeing
it's
3. We'll see
We're
what
still
Stefan
favored.
says.
Yes, Alex, we're favored. Jesus, that's
I
how
think it's a
far all your
toss-up
hope
game.
has fallen.
They run the ball well.
The over/under is 46.5 points. It's 1 p.m. on Fox. It's on me. This is my
Down to
fault.
3.
We have not been. It's actually
Down to
partially on
3.
Evan, too.
We haven't been doing the
And
announcers.
We've been
I
doing
thought about
announcers.
this.
I have the announcers for all the games this week. Who is calling this game? Evan.
Charles Davis.
Nope.
I'm hoping Joe Davis.
That's what. No, you wish.
I really
you
do.
actually wish.
I really do.
Actually, I don't mind these announcers at
What
all.
the-
They're fine. This is going to be Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth.
The weirdest thing of all time just started happening on my laptop.
What?
Just B.O.B. Strange Clouds bombs away with Morgan Freeman started playing on my laptop through my ears. Right as Marissa
actually
walked out
pretty
here, it was the
illustrative.
weirdest thing
Adam
I've
Edmond.
ever seen.
On Fox, though?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually
but
not
game
bad.
show on Fox.
I'm just going to give it to you straight then. The Lions are winning this football game, and it's going to be a bounce back spot, which, I mean, I don't know what that necessarily means, how much they're going to win by. I think they covered the spread, and I think we're going to walk out of this game feeling very confident about our Lions because this league loves to react instantaneously. So that's where I'm at with the game.
The Falcons have played Bryce Young, rookie, and Jordan Love, basically rookie. Now they get to play Jared Goff, a bona fide superstar. Loss.
28-17 Lions, just to stamp my score.
I feel good about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Let's see the stats on the year. 55% chance to win according to one website.
That's irrelevant.
What, the ESPN FPI? Get out of here.
Let's compare stats. Desmond Ridder has thrown the ball 50 total times, and Jared Goff has 50 completions on the year. Bijan,
Pointless.
leading rusher, 29 carries, 180 yards. We have our injured Montgomery only has 37 carries for 141. So Bijan, better there.
Evan, just get to the first.
No, I'm just giving the fans what they want to hear. Okay, total yards.
They don't want to.
We're averaging just about 50 more. No,
You
they
can
can't.
look this up, Evan.
They don't want to. Rush yards allowed. Alex, you are right. We have fixed
What do
our
you think's
defense.
gonna happen?
We've only given up on average 86. It's going to be a true test this weekend when you have a two-headed monster coming in the backfield. I had the Lions barely squeaking by for a win. I got it 29-27.
That was quite the
that.
build-up for a win.
To your points about stats, Ben V had a question
Go ahead.
about Bijan versus Gibbs because that's going to be a big focus point of this game. Two guys that were
Should've drafted-
six
should've drafted
positions away
Bijan.
from each other. He basically was saying, like, if Bijan, we watch him get a bunch of touches, what should I think about Gibbs? I think you have to keep in mind that Bijan's a completely different running back. He is a generational talent. That's why I spent $85 on him in an auction draft in year one. He is built differently than Jahmyr Gibbs. They're both good football players. To make everyone relax about Jahmyr Gibbs, this is again from Jeremy Reisman, Detroit Online. Alvin Kamara's first 2 career games, he had 15 touches in the 2 games. Gibbs has 23 in his 2 games, so he's got more touches already than Alvin Kamara. And again, Sean Payton was in New Orleans with Kamara. He saw it uphand. So I think we just got to relax with it. Hopefully we see more this week. But if you think he's going to get as many like carries between the tackles as Bijan, he's just not going to. That's not how they're going to use him. They just need to get more creative and work him in different ways. But that will be a big focal point of people comparing their touches this game. I can already see it happening. We're clamping this team. Simple as that.
Simple
I
as
think
that.
we can clamp Kyle Pitts. I think
If
he's a
Ritter
little bit
beats us,
overrated. I
we're
don't know
done.
about Drake London. I think I like Sutton. I like our free agent signing from Pittsburgh, Sutton. I think if he's on Drake London,
Oh, he's so good. Great point.
Even
Great
Atlanta
point.
can't throw it.
correct. I
They're
think
not
they
gonna
can
throw-
throw a little bit better than you think. Packers do have a solid defense.
Desmond Ridder is
Yeah, but they scheme so well that it's
Like
run, and they
bottom 5 starting quarterback.
bottom 5 starting quarterback.
I feel like it.
I think we get at least 3
Very
sacks
confident.
this game because Ritter can't move at all either.
He had
So I
over
think we
10
get 3
rush
sacks
attempts
out
last
of him.
game. I think he can move.
He can move a little bit, Grant. That's not exactly true.
That's my take that I'm sticking with.
You
guarantee we don't
never
get
watched him.
10 rushes?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's what I read.
Like, how sure? Like, you're looking
Yes.
at right now?
Fantasy football. Rush attempts. 10.
This can't be right.
I mean, he's thrown for a total of like 345 yards in 2
19
games.
players. Add.
He does have 11 carries total on the year, so he really had 10 in
He
one
didn't
game,
even
is what you're
rush,
telling me?
and he had 1 rush for -1 yards in the first
No,
game.
that's not what I'm seeing. No, Green Bay attempts 10 for
Yes.
39.
Oh, so then he had 10.
Yeah, 1 for -1 in game 1.
Oh, 3.9 a carry.
Yeah, but he had 10 rushes
All
last
right,
game.
but
That's
he will
what
take
that's what I'm getting
we'll
at.
be
He had
fine.
10 rush attempts last game. I don't care about the average,
Yeah.
Alex.
He's slow, though.
Evan, why are you making things up about Urban Meyer in the group
I'm
chat?
not.
Evan, listener Brad V just texted me live on the show saying, ask Evan if Tom Allen should be the
The
next
worst coach in the Power
State.
5? God, he just knows how to get under my skin. Nothing pisses me off more than seeing Tom Allen's face. That crooked ass coach, unqualified to own a Big Ten job. It's disgusting.
All right.
Speaking of Michigan
moving
State
on.
playing Maryland, it is a 3:30 NBC kick. Michigan State plus 6.5 right now is what I'm seeing. Over under 53.5 points. Is it 7.5 now? Or is it 6.5? It might be 7.5, honestly.
It opened at
Evan, I'm going to
6.
need your guess for announcers of this
We're
game.
on NBC at 3:30, and then we get the downplay. Oh, we get the peasants of NBC.
Test your skills.
Oh, we get.
And they are.
I don't
I
even
don't
know
know
who
who they
the
are.
peasants of NBC are.
It's not a great combo. It's actually one of the worst announcing crews I think
It's
that
Collinsworth and
exists. Collinsworth, young Collinsworth, and Jason Garrett on the call from Maryland, Michigan
They
State.
actually did
They did the Notre Dame Navy game.
Minnesota, Nebraska. Yeah, they're
No,
okay.
but it was Garrett did that game because Collinsworth was sick, and so they put in young Eagle, but young Eagles and Todd Blackledge are doing prime time. Ohio State Notre Dame one, so we get to.
Garrett's not bad.
It's just the fact that I have to see Jason Garrett,
He's
his
not bad.
stupid ass face on the TVs. Well, I don't have to see him.
He's
I don't
okay.
have to see him. Don't care. It's okay.
I do.
Final score 31-17 Maryland. They can't stop this.
Michigan
passing
State can't
attack either.
move the ball either. So I'm going to say Maryland
This passing attack.
34, Michigan State. I'm going to say Michigan State 15, all field goals.
5 field
Yeah.
goals. Wow.
That'd be impressive.
Wow. I just need to look
Remember,
up
guys,
something, Grant, because
Alex has a blind spot.
Alex thought the Maryland football game was close last year,
Grant.
Grant. Remind you, then I proved up the stats.
it was. No, go watch it.
No.
Go watch it. Don't.
Evan, he
Don't
told
be
me
ignorant.
last night
No,
we should have won
Didn't
last
score in the
year.
second
should've.
half. Grant, we didn't
We
score in
should've.
the second half. You can't win a game if you don't score in the second half.
What you have going for you is Josh Gaddis is the OC, so anything can happen.
This crazy passing attack you're talking about, Grant.
Correct.
The same team that threw for 260 total against Townsend. Wow.
Just remember the name
And then-
Roman
and the
Hemby.
next
That's going to
game-
be in your butt. Roman Hemby.
280. Wow. Maryland really lighting
Roman
it up.
Hemby.
Winning by a touchdown against Charlotte. Wow.
Well, that's not even there. Well, yes, Alex, they have 3 receivers that almost have 200 yards already. That's pretty good for college football.
Yeah, and just like the other teams you were shitting on for playing nobody, Maryland's played actually
Grant, it's up
nobody.
to Grant, it's
They're
up
like
to
Washington
7.5.
You just called Maryland Washington Light.
Yes,
You should
that's
you
how they
should
try to play.
not have a podcast, and you should not be allowed to talk on it.
I'm not saying they're as good
They
on
stink.
both sides of the ball. I'm saying their offense, though,
Oh
is
my
similar
gosh,
to
Grant.
that.
Grant, you
Maryland's
want to
not-
bet at minus 130? Noah Kim under 1.5 passing touchdowns.
No, he'll probably have 2. Maryland's
Yeah,
can't play
but we'll run
defense.
it in.
That's what's going to be different.
I don't know the injury
Maybe it's
situation
30
in Michigan
maybe it's-
State. I don't know
Maybe
how
it's
they came out of that
35-20, I
game.
don't know, but
Michigan State's going to win, though, and it's going to be 28-20.
There's no chance Maryland's scoring less than 30 points.
Okay. Do you want to make a wager?
Longest
I don't know. I'm
touchdown,
thinking
Michigan
about
State to have the
I
longest
don't
touchdown
want you to
plus
be
180.
distracted. You're going to be well, I can't say what you're doing, but you have administrative
Be
duties to
sitting in
take
the
care of this
car.
weekend. I don't want you
Be
to be
sitting in the
thinking
car
about that.
watching
I just don't
this
see
on my phone.
how.
I think you
unless
just
it's bad weather.
completely overhyped Maryland. They lost their best receiver. Their offensive line is not good. They can't run the ball, and their defense stinks. And they have
They can
played
run Roman
actually
Hemby.
nobody.
Roman Hemby.
You'll see.
All right, now Homer Grant Alex is going to call me a homer because
and then Michigan's going to beat
Michigan
Rutgers by
bias.
75 points because they're so good. And JJ is going to win the
Michigan.
Heisman against Rutgers.
Plays Rutgers noon on BTN on a little JV network. No offense to BTN, but you just don't get up with
Alex,
your games on BTN.
It's a JV
Announcers
game.
for this game?
Then you
Announcers, Evan. Noon BTN Michigan.
Ooh,
Rutgers.
that feels
What
like Jake
Oh,
Butt
I
and
know.
whoever he's with. I couldn't even tell you. Like, is Brandon Gaudin in
Lisa
it?
Byington.
Is it Brandon Gaudin?
Household name? Corey Provis.
Is this the
I
dude
don't
with the
know
big
who that
forehead
is.
Corey.
on ESPN?
No, that's. I can't think of that guy's name right now, but that's a different guy altogether.
I spelled this guy's
That guy's
name wrong.
Rutgers is bad. Their offense is bad. Michigan wins by 3
Corey
touchdowns.
Provis is not a
Doesn't
household
cover.
name. And why is there two of Corey Provises? Who's the real Corey Provis?
We stand up. I think this is a classic bounce back spot. There's a reason Vegas made this line 24.5, and all of America was like, "Ooh, really? Rutgers does look good. Michigan's going to win by 30."
Michigan's
Rutgers
Vegas
cannot
has been
score
wrong about
against
every line
Michigan's-
for Michigan so far.
Yep, they overhyped them too much.
know what?
They're still doing it. And
Good teams win, great teams cover. Michigan, not a great team. Hasn't covered.
I think that's one of the dumbest quotes of all time.
Is-
I never
is
got
Jimbo
that saying. I
back
think
on the
just winning the
sideline?
football games what matters. Yes, he's back.
Of course he is 7. They're playing
Homecoming.
a somewhat
Grant,
real
30-point
opponent.
win. Rutgers
Grant, is
cannot
it true
score
that
the
Michigan's
football.
going to be wearing long sleeve
Yes,
jerseys?
Ew.
Yeah, they tweeted out
No.
something today. Or it was on Facebook at least.
No, those were like wallpaper Wednesday images of like a throwback.
Yeah, but
to,
it says for homecoming. That was just for the wallpaper. It wasn't the jerseys that they're going to release tomorrow night.
I saw old school jerseys, but I don't think they're
Michigan's
there's no way.
homecoming's
They're
this
not wearing-
weekend too.
You sure, Grant?
Yeah. Yeah, it says a nod to the past with a touch of the present in honor of homecoming, and it was like a
Yeah,
wallpaper
as in that
for
they're
your
going to
phone.
wear like those type of uniforms. They're hinting at them.
No.
Well, we won't know until Friday. They don't release
think so,
uniforms
Evan.
till Friday.
I hope they wear
I would
through because I would
I
hammer
would-
Rutgers if they did.
Just so you know, no team
gonna
ever
be-
loses on homecoming, high school or college. So Michigan State's definitely winning.
Yeah, but
I think it's gonna
what
be like
uniforms are we going to wear?
37-7.
Oh, Evan, I don't
I bet
care.
you we come out with throwbacks. We're wearing something with
I'm actually.
Oh,
we're wearing.
okay.
I didn't think I'd ever get sick of uniforms, but I.
We're
have
wearing
gotten
something
to
with
the point where
MAC
don't
on
care
it.
about
I
them
guarantee
anymore.
it. Our helmets can say MAC.
How about just normal?
That's
That'd be
my.
good.
That's my. Wow.
Anyways, Michigan wins by 21 because they're not a great
They
team.
win by
and they don't know how to
23.
cover.
Is that cover? No. So Alex, you're telling me?
No.
Oh, I'm a naughty boy. I picked
37-7.
Rutgers to cover. 37-7. Oh,
They're not going to be able to score.
neither can Michigan.
Agreed.
What's the spread?
Fine.
24.5.
24.5.
Good. I'm going to give it 28-10. Final. Covered.
That would be one of the
That
grossest
feels
games
right.
of all.
I also have to remember, though, that Michigan always is terrible in their first Big Ten opener the last 2 years. It's
Greg
atrociously
Schiano.
bad.
Greg Schiano
So
won
maybe
the battle of
Indiana's
Chop
not
Life.
walking in.
He has it. It's Rutgers.
Oh, I
It's
can't
Rutgers.
wait. I'm already going to get pre-mad right now that when Michigan's taking knees at the end of the game and Rutgers is pushing the pile because that's what Schiano tells them to do, I'm just going to get
Didn't you
pre-mad
guys
about it
almost
now and
like
get it out of the way.
lose to Rutgers last
Here
year?
we
It
go
was
again.
close.
Here we
2
go
years
again.
ago, we had to force a fumble. Last year, we almost lost to Maryland on Big Ten opener.
Oh, well, maybe.
2 years ago, yeah, Junior Colson forced a fumble when they were driving for the win.
Yes, I remember now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Just that's pretty much it. Enjoy this week of college football if you can. Is truly a great slate of football. We're going to learn a lot
We're gonna
about
be
the
stuck
sport that you
inside
love this
Spartan
weekend.
Stadium
A
now. That's why
lot.
there's so many good games going on at 3:30.
you are.
I totally forgot about that.
and 7:30
I
is
should be by myself.
bonkers.
I'm gonna be by myself.
Well, I'm sure you
Big Ten
get someone to go in with you.
Big Ten buffet of Notre Dame, Ohio
Alex,
State, and
I'm
Penn
gonna be
State,
by myself
Iowa
at 3:30. I'm just gonna sit down
at
and be
night. Start crying.
Call Drew. I'm sure he'll go.
Ask that Karen to come sit by you.
I'm going to invite her up here. No,
anyone
but I
say
saw
anything
her.
to you guys?
No,
I
they
saw her.
weren't
She
there.
was sitting down, like a couple rows in front. She wasn't sitting in the normal spot. Nobody sat in front of us during the game. Nobody sat in the
Bunch of
seat backs
cowards.
right in front of us.
Which was very nice because I could move my legs around.
You would have not liked it if it was the same lady that sat in
All
front of us last week. Oh, noon, Florida State Clemson.
That's the show.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Clemson money
You can
line.
watch
Cheers
that,
to
Evan.
episode 133, and cheers to fading Tennessee / Joe Milton the rest of the year. Very profitable. Go Gators. That was electric.
Cheers. Happy
I'll be
birthday,
betting
Connor.
against them every game.
Happy birthday, Connor.
Connor.
Happy birthday, Connor.